Greetings everyone, this is Tony Holowitz. In this tutorial, I want to talk to you about when you have technical matters or issues with Act Premium Cloud. So I've been using Act Premium Cloud for more than 3 years, and I love it. What I like about it is there's no hassles, there's no software to install, it's browser-based, so you just log in. Having said that, when people ask me about Act Premium Cloud, I tell them it's about 80% of what you're used to if you've been using Act all along. Now, on that note, I say the other 20% is different. It's not different in a bad way, not necessarily a good way. It's just different. There's some good and bad. There are some different aspects to using it in a web browser. And that's stuff that you can learn. It's stuff you can adapt to and get used to. The beauty is there's no software to install. There's no updates, no downloads, removing of old Act software to put the new software in. So on that note, when you run into issues with Act, what my experience has been is that it really falls down into a few categories of troubleshooting. First, when someone's having an issue, one of the first things I want to know is how fast is their internet speed. If Act isn't responding well, the first thing I'll take a look at is their speed. And I'm going to go up and create a look at a new tab here in Act, and it is called fast.com. This is the internet speed test. So when I run an internet test, fast.com is Netflix's site for testing internet speed. It's sponsored and powered by Netflix, as you'll see down in the bottom right-hand side. What I ask people to do is come here and do a speed test. I'm going to refresh this just so you can see it again. Sometimes the speed test can vary, but this gives me an indication of the speed of their internet connection. And it can vary during the day. So you'll find this test is not 100% exact because it can vary. You saw earlier it was up over 900, now it's 700. So I want to know the speed of your internet connection. That's the first thing. The second thing is when you have an issue with Act in the cloud, one of my first reactions is it based on the browser you're in, or is it based on an issue with Act Premium Cloud? My experience has been most of the issues are related not to Act, but directly to your browser. I'll give you an example. As I was preparing for this meeting, I went to click on Calendar to go into the calendar to see my calendar. And at this point in time, I was using Microsoft Edge. And when I did that, I got a completely white screen. Now, right now I'm in Chrome, but when I did it in Edge, and I'll go over to Edge right here and go to the calendar in Edge, when I did it, I got a white screen. So I started thinking about it. I said, well, let me do this. Let me compare apples and oranges. I opened up Google Chrome and I did the exact same thing. I clicked on the calendar and everything worked fine. I came back into Edge, clicked on the calendar, and I got a white screen. So what's that tell me? It tells me it's not necessarily an Act issue, but it was a Microsoft Edge issue. And I know from experience, if you've got a good internet speed and one browser is working a little bit wonky, not quite right, what that tells me is I have to go in and check internet cookies and cache, clean those up. The minute I did that and went in and cleaned it up in Microsoft Edge, everything worked fine. So you can test Act Premium Cloud and base that test on the different web browsers. So if you have a problem in one, go into the other and test it. If you don't have a problem in the second browser, then it tells me it's a browser issue and not an Act issue. So you can run a test between the two. Cookies and cache, based on my experience, is the major reason you run into issues with anything related to Act Premium Cloud. And if you stay on top of those and make sure you clear them out and clean them up on a regular, consistent basis, then you will find, I think you'll have a great experience with Act Premium Cloud. So all the things we're talking about are generally based on settings when I run into issues. Another area is sometimes pop-ups. If they don't show up, you might have a pop-up blocker in your browser. Therefore, if you have a meeting reminder or a call reminder and you're not seeing it, A lot of times it's because the pop-ups are blocked. So my general review of Act Premium Cloud is as long as you have a decent internet connection, I absolutely love it. I think it's great. And I say that as someone who is a critic, I'm a cynic, and if I thought it wasn't a good product, I would tell you so. The fallback is you can always use Act on your desktop. As a subscriber, you can do either one or a combination of both. So you get the best of both worlds. So I just want to give you my insights and my take on some of the issues related to Act Premium Cloud when and if you have them. Okay, everyone, thank you so very much for listening. I greatly appreciate your time today. Be well. Thank you.